What's good, peeps? It's your boy Eduard Todor, and it is a Sunday, so you know what that means. Storytime Sunday. I guess that's how we're calling it now. That's what I'm sticking with. I'm rolling with it. So, boy, do I have a good story for you guys today. Woo! It's a good one, man. It's a good one. It happened last night. Basically, we set out to go clubbing in this new club that I don't really go to in this different part of town. It's like this kind of fancier part of town, and yeah, it's a different area, different rules and clubs, different vibe. You know, I feel like there's a lot more Europeans out there. There's a lot. It's a different vibe completely from the main city clubs and bars and stuff like that. So we decided, all right, you know what? Like group chat, we're like, okay, we're going to this one particular bar called Long Room, and yeah, so I'm like, all right, sweet, I'm going. I get in the car, I drive over. Okay, now, I had gone to this club once before, and I completely forgot about the fact that they have really, really strict dress rules. So, like, you can't get in if you're wearing any kind of casual clothes. You have to be wearing like like a smart shirt, like nice shoes. Like, you have to like have a certain standard. And I completely forgot about that. So I just went in my kind of like clubbing, like casual, not really casual, but streetwear type stuff, like streetwear fashion type thing. So I rock up, I park on a side street, I turn off the engine, I get out my car, and someone honks at me. Someone beeps at me from across the road. And I look over, and it's just some people in a car, and I'm like, okay, I guess they must have accidentally beeped. Maybe they were talking, hit the thing with the elbow or something like that. It's like, you know what? No worry. I'm just gonna I'm gonna lock the car and just keep going. So I lock the car and I start walking, and I hear the beep again. I hear the honk. So I look around, I look, and they're looking at me, right? So I look, and I said, I non-verbally, like, you guys okay? They reply with this, so I'm like, all right, cool, and I just keep walking. I was like, that was a bit strange. That's a bit strange. And so yeah, I go up to the club. It's like a 5 minute walk. I go up to the club. I give my ID to the bouncer. The guy's like, sorry, bro, your shoes are way too casual. We got some rules to follow. Dress rules, whatever. And I'm like, oh no, I forgot about that. Right, I completely forgot. So I was like, oh, you serious? He's like, yeah, man, you got friends inside? It's like, yeah, they're inside. And he's like, oh, sorry, bro, we can't do it. Next time just come better dressed. I was like, oh my, okay. I mean, what can I do? Like, I was bummed out. I was bummed out. I was sad. I was angry. It was like my night was kind of ruined because I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Just go home? There was a house party out the side of the town, and I was like, if I drive over there, it'll be a while. Like, such annoyance. I already came out here, like, right. So I started walking back towards my car, and I'm kind of bummed out. I'm kind of just like, what can you do? Well, just call it a night. And as I get to my car, the guys that were honking at me before were still there. And one of the guys gets out from the passenger door, and he's like, "Hey, bro, come over here for a second. My friend wants to meet you." And I was like, "That's a bit strange, but okay. Like, I mean, I'm not doing anything else. Like, might as well, right?" So I walk over, across the road. I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, my friend. She wants to meet you." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not gonna deny that. Like, I'm not gonna say no. Like, what's going on?" So turns out there were three dudes and one girl. Okay. And I like start walking towards the car, and she opens the door and gets out. I'm like, yeah, what's the deal? And she's like, I don't know what's happening. So she didn't know what was going on either. The guy was just trying to like get conversation going, and I was like, I'm doing a card trick is what's happening, and I pull out my pack of cards, right? And everyone's like, wait, what? Really? I'm like, yeah, I'm a magician, legit, like not a shit one. I'm a legit magician, and they're like, oh, okay. So we like go off like onto the path, the sidewalk, and I just started doing like card trick. I did like a two card. Actually, I only did the two card Monty. I did the two card Monty. They went nuts. They're like, holy crap, that's crazy, dude. That's insane. And we just started talking. And they're like, okay, well, after we exchanged some banter, and it was kind of like, turns out, two of them were from like Germany or something, and one guy was from New Zealand, the girl was from New Zealand, and they were like kind of a diverse group. And they're like, well, what are you doing now, bro? Like, I'm like, I'm just gonna go home, bro. I just got kicked out of, they didn't let me into Long Room. It sucks. Forgot to dress, I forgot that there's a dress code. And they're like, bro, just come with us, man. We know the bouncers. So I was like, all right, well, let's try it. Let's at least try it. It was a long shot because the bouncers already saw me. But I was like, man, I mean, I got nothing to lose. I mean, I'm only gonna go home either way, so might as well, right? And we walk over and we're just bantering and we're talking and all this stuff. And he's like, the main guy that called me over initially, he's like, you know what, wait here, let's get our people in first, and then we'll come back out for you just in case there's any issue. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I wait up a little bit, they come back, and it's just him and the girl now. And we start making our way towards the thing, and the bouncers just waved them through because they knew they were already inside. And as they got to me, the guy's like, "Nah, bro, nah," you know. And I was like, "Oh." And we looked. So me and the guy and the girl looked at each other like they were already past the bouncers, and we're just like, "Sorry, like, you know, what can I do?" And it was, you know, that painting with the fingers, the like the fingers almost touching thing. It was like that kind of moment. It was like, "Oh no, no, don't go," like, you know, and and they went inside. And I was like, thank you for trying. You know, I'll go. And then something clicked in my mind, and I was like, wait a minute, let me just try to play this off a little bit. So what I did is, I like walked over like 5 meters. There was a bench, so I sit down on the bench, and I'm like visibly like kind of like annoyed, you know. I'm like pull out my phone, like start like pretending to text, you know. So it looks like I'm texting someone inside, like, "Sorry, bro, I couldn't get in," like all the stuff, right? I was just like making a show out of it, and like one of the bouncers saw me, and he's like, "Bro, come over here," and I was like, "Oh shit, this might be my shot." And I walk over, and he's like, "Look, man, go in. I don't want to see you anywhere close to the entrance the whole night. I want to see you at the back of the club. I don't want anyone like having issues with seeing you with bad dress code. Just go in, stay at the back of the club." I was like, "All right, bro, thanks, bro. Next time I'll have everything sorted." I just went inside, and that was the end of it, dude. And the people, like the three guys and the girl, were like, I finally like saw them inside after, and they were like, "What the hell? How'd you get in?" I was like, "Yeah, it's magic. I mean, what can I tell you?" You know. And we had a great time. It was absolutely awesome. Yeah, and the night like had like one of the best nights out in a long time. So yeah, just if it wasn't for that little thing and me saying like, "Let me show you a card trick," that would be my night over right there. But magic saved my ass again, son, again. Gotta love it, man. I actually did a lot of magic that night. Like last night, I did a lot of magic at the club. A lot, like with a lot of people. People were coming and going. I was like, "Hey, bro," like doing magic there, doing magic here. I mean, I didn't get any footage because it was really dark, but it was fun, man. It was so fun. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that story, man. I mean, that was crazy to actually experience. The fact that I knew my night was gonna be over. I knew I was going home. I was like, "Oh, sucks." And then through an interaction with some strangers, I managed to find my way, weasel my way into the club. It was the craziest thing ever. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. It helps me out a lot. If you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and, you know, subscribe. I do daily videos. If you want to see my stuff, you gotta, you know, hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the links are down below. If you want to support me on Patreon, the link is also down below. And as always, mad respect, much love, stay lit, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!